Hello, scrappy friends. Welcome back to Helen here. So my 1,000 subscriber milestone was hit last month, and seeing as my sketch for 30 days for sketches is today, we're having a little celebration hop as well with several fellow YouTube creators. So please hop along and take a look at their layouts using my sketch as well. So this is also for 30 day sketches. There's going to be two playlists in the description for you. One for the 30 day sketches and one specifically for those people helping me celebrate. Um, I'm using Shimelle's Live the Dream for this layout, and I'm scrapping photos or screenshots of my milestone. Um, so I was at 999 subscribers, and 5 minutes later I checked back and I'd hit 1,000. And then it's about 3 days later, YouTube had verified they weren't bots. And gave me the accolation. I got an email with the congratulations in it. So yeah, so this is just marking that achievement. I've used the We Are Memory Keepers Terra tool rulers, which I've had for an age, um, to bring down that middle, the main piece of pattern paper there. Um, I'm not sticking adhesive all the way along, just in spots whilst I layer it on. I then decide that the torn bits, I'm actually going to turn them round and have them as another layer between the green and the patterned paper, the rainbow paper. So just adding them on there now. Apologies. The problem with having hay fever and liking the windows in the house open because you like airflow is you feel like your sinuses are going to explode whenever the pollen count's high. Um, so anyway, yep, so I'm just layering this on. Now, I'm not going to use that whole green piece. I find this the easiest way of making sure that the page is 12 inches. So I just put a little bit of adhesive along the edge, layer it on the background piece, and then cut the background piece so you're not going all the way through every layer. You just go through that background piece, and that then gives me that piece in the middle that isn't being used. So instead of cutting two strips basically and then lining it all up and hoping that it's 12 inches, I know this is definitely 12 inches. So there we go. I was thinking about using the flowers, but of course it's too much pattern against the rainbow. So I am using this piece with the stars and the confetti on, so it's a nice celebratory piece. So using that, this is 10 by 11. I distress these bits. I do cut the distressing out for you, and I also as well think because of all the pattern, it's all pattern on pattern on pattern. The piece with the stars on was kind of disappearing, so I grab a bit of, I think this is Night of Navy from Stampin' Up, and trim that down. It's just 1/8 of an inch bigger than the pattern paper. Um, and then this strip, I'm just ripping it in half because it's going to show below and above the paper. And then the same again with the Night of Navy. I am just cutting that 1/8 of an inch bigger than the photos. So the photos are 4x4, 2x3, and no, 4x4, 4x3, and 4x2. And I realised afterwards that the reason I was struggling with the one, the 4x3 one, which actually ended up being 4x2.5, is because the way I planned it had a lot more white space above the YouTube studio logo, for it to be, for layering, and I'd cut it too short. But yeah, it's fine. I make it work. So I've put the main focal point there of the congratulations from the YouTube team. It's an automated email. It's not special. It's as in, nobody's gone, oh, look, well done, Helen, and sent me an email. It's an automated email. You hit 1,000 subscribers, but it's still a joy to receive. So that's my focal point photo, and that's up on 3D foam. I've then decided, because of that blue card, I did need a touch of that up at the top. So I've used this tab punch, I think it was Stampin' Up one, and I think it's 1/4 inch circle punch. And I'm going to stamp with L Studio, I think it's a document list stamp set. I do actually use, is it Concord? I can't remember the name of the brush concord. No, not. I can't remember. It's like my favourite purple as well in the distress inks and distress oxides. So I've used that one to stamp the Love This from the El Studio collection, and then I am getting the down to the embellishing. So we start with the foam stickers, and I use the big foam, this one, here we go, rather than the thickers. I really love that piece with the feet, and I just think, you know what, that is just going to go there and be the bottom of the strips sticking out below the photo, because I just really liked it. Hooray felt quite fitting, so we're using that. And then I do get one of the cameras. I take the oh yeah, no, not using the blues, using a camera. This one decide not to use it because it's the same colour as the Hooray. So I get the pink and purple one off after I've auditioned nearly everything else on the foam sheet, it feels like. um, so just fighting taking the backing off that big rectangular piece. There we go. I just think that's really cute and wanted to use it. Adds those florals in there as well. And then realised, wait a minute, I actually wanted to call the layout 1K. Um, so I'm going to put 1K Hooray instead. And now it's just a case of angling this sticker and these thickers. In a way, it's covering the bits on the photo where pulling the Hooray back up again kind of ruined it. And I think I got it all covered. So out with the die cut pieces now, and I really like that flower and ended up not using it. I didn't notice until taking the photos for the close-ups at the end that I dropped that gummy bear right in the middle of my focal point photo. So that sits there until after I finish taking my still photos. I then have took still photos again without the gummy bear. So the photos you get at the end of the video do not have the gummy bear sat in the middle of my focal point photo. So just pulling out some die cuts. I do distress around the edge of that yellow flower and not the other pieces, because I just felt the yellow flower was kind of disappearing into the pattern paper, whereas giving it that texture and a bit of dimension has really helped for you to actually see it. I felt I couldn't see it with the board and the way it was. So yeah, just creating my clusters here. I don't really add much else to this now. I go through a little bit more. You know what? I took that blue flower off, and I'm actually thinking I quite like that. I might go back in and add it. I forgot about these word pieces because it's got goals on it, and I could have really added that, but I couldn't find anywhere to add it, and I was quite happy with what I had on there at this stage. So I'm just going to go around now and stick everything down. I had to look at the paper reset, decided that there wasn't anything in there. And then we are nearly done. Please check out the others taking part in my 1,000 subscriber celebration hop. Thank you so much, everybody who has subscribed. If you're not already a subscriber, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you enjoy the video, give it a like and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And share the love with my fellow creators who are joining in this hop today. And don't forget 30-day sketches. I'm going to leave you there with the finishing touches. Have a great day. Oh, a journal on camera. I forgot this bit. I so rarely do it. I forgot to mention it. There you go. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.